Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda.
You're on mute.
Okay, done it, Carl.
Try again.
It's all right. Doesn't matter. Okay, how are you guys? We'll try that again. How are you for a Thursday? Good, I hope. Hi to the Grand Rising guys. Had a chat in their Telegram chat over there today, and actually met up with a bloke called I Am that I've heard a little bit on Telegram. Listen to a bit of his stuff, guys. Yeah, some wild stuff, you know what I mean? But like I say, nothing's unbelievable. It makes a lot of sense, you know, and we don't know what's real, guys, so we don't know what is going to be coming out. But, if you haven't seen that, we've got the clips here. We're going to get them uploaded to the channel, and, everyone can have a look. But some big bomb predictions there on, what they see coming up, and this is right into the spiritual side of it and all about the suns and the different things and that, guys. But, yeah, very, very interesting, man. And, I had the good luck of meeting him today. I haven't been to Telegram for a while, and blow me down, I go in there and meet this gentleman. So it was, we had a great talk there. Okay, so guys, a lot of stuff going on, man. Up at Wallen, Byron Bay, we got a little clip in here for it. But yeah, look, I don't know a lot about it, but I know they're trying to move in before the DA has actually been instigated or conditions met with bulldozers and trying to we do have some details on it, which we'll try and look further into. But there's some people got up there. They've locked themselves to the gates. At the moment, it's pretty peaceful. They're pushing peace, but they've had, security guards. They said the cops were really nice. The security guards were wankers. And, they're just doing it really peaceful up there. But they might need some help up at a place called Wallen guys in Byron Bay. So anyone up that way that can, get out there, well, that would be great to go and help out. Community effort, guys. That's what it is all about. Okay, so this is interesting, guys. All right, this just got me. I'm going through the mainstream news a little bit. You know what I mean? Keep an eye on these guys, what goes on, because I never follow it, right? And it's telling me here that Australia's biggest plastics and chemical manufacturer has gone bust, with some 700 jobs on the line. Now, this is a big chemical. Now, owned by who are you? The Chinese. All right. It's called Qenos, Qenos. It was plunged in developing administration on Wednesday. Now, the funny thing about this is, guys, there's only two of these places. All right. And these guys are the biggest man. I'm talking about your PVC pipe for plumbing, different things, you know what I mean? Big plastics makers, okay? And they got a couple of plants. They got one at Port Botany, 250 people, 500 down at Melbourne at Port Lincoln or something, or whatever it was, but I saw in there. But anyway, seems very strange to me. When they say they directly contribute more than $1 billion a year to the Australian economy. Yet they're going broke. They're owned by Chinese, and it's a big part of this. You know, this is the biggest, right? They're calling it a giant Australian manufacturer goes bust. So to me, that's just a little bit like everything else, guys. Just a little bit suspicious on why. You know what I mean? That a big company like that, and I know what it is, it's to knock out the supply line, okay? They want to start and shut stuff down, guys, because you're doing a brilliant job. Righto. Now, USA Today, you know, lines down everywhere or in particular states, okay? There was a lot of stuff went down. Where are we? I did have it in here, but I haven't gone back to where I should have gone to. South Dakota, Iowa, Nebraska, Wisconsin, Texas, Florida, Nevada without services. It's back on now. But guys, I said to you, listen, there's some stuff in Space Force that goes on, okay, that is using the atmosphere up there. Most of our communications are on the ocean floor. They are cables, and we've already seen something about talk of the underground sea cables being, and who are they going to blame? Oh, Russia. Well, no, it's not Russia at all. All right. It's the deep state. All right. We know who it is. And guys, don't be surprised if it happens. Okay. But just remember, these cables are easy to take out, mate. They're just laying on the bottom, you know, and it's pretty easy to just drop a tray, you know, like the Nord Stream. Okay. Not hard at all. Now, with what everything going on here in Australia, they've now brought, and look, you know, I feel sorry for this bloke. There's a guy, Brett Beardsley, out there. Now, if you remember back, there was a Jack Beardsley that he got knifed up in Queensland, guys. I think it was on the Gold Coast, all right? And they come out with Jack's Law, all right? And that was the waiting laws, all right, where they could just come and, like, yeah, just search her and whatever else, all right, without reason. So they've actually got the father of this kid now, Brett, who I feel sorry for, all right, you know, and possibly MK Ultra, and just like, you know, doesn't see the real picture, but he's actually pushing hard, all right, for these laws to be introduced into New South Wales. So again, the government, you know, and the media are using all they can, guys, all right, to ramp in these stupid laws. And I think we've got a couple of clips coming up in the show that will show you a bit more of it. But now, ANZ, for some reason, are helping to ramp up no checks from June the 16th. Now, the Australian government's made statement that they're not, you know, they're not, you know, they've got no intention of this happening until around 2030. So, again, why would ANZ be helping ramp in these tyrannical laws before they even need to be ramped in, or before the government's projections? I wouldn't be banking with ANZ, guys. Crop manipulation, pot, right? The government's out there pushing the hemp. Hey, go on, you can grow the hemp, you can do this, do that. Guys, again, they've got manipulation out there. So what they do is it's government funded, because I'll help you do it. Oh, you can't grow it outside. You're going to need lights, and you're going to need this, you're going to need that. But then what they do is they control it. So by doing that, what they do is they more or less, they supply the product, they supply the conditions, and if the pot is got too much THC in it, well, then they say that they got to destroy the crop. But what they do is they supply a herb that will supply high THC. You with me? So they're setting the rules of the game again, guys, even out there in the alternative industry, okay, where they manipulate the game. All right, this is what's happening everywhere, guys, in your societies. I'm just trying to show you how deep this goes, all right? And I just had some word on some ambos too, you know, just, yeah, so many of them are sick, not turning up for work, okay? And, yeah, believe me, people out there know what's going on, people, right? They really do. So they are waking up. So, again, it comes back to our job, which is to continue to wake them up, give them opportunities to get educated, which is the website, stoptherot.org. Get the brochures out there, do the letterbox drops, and let's get this thing on the road, right? And saying that, Cazz, let's go.
Hey. All right. Look, let's just start off with a couple of good things before we hit the tyrannical stuff that's going on here in Australia. So this is Forest of the Fallen up in Brisbane. Sorry about the quality of the video, guys. So well done. Kudos to those people that set that up.
Excellent,
now,
man.
And this is Wallen, did you say?
Yeah, Wallen.
In the principles of staying peaceful and compassionate. So our job here is that we are here to save Wallen and protect the particular biodiversity and cultural values of this site. And so we're going to have a little talk about that just now to help us stay rooted in what's going on. In terms of right now, there are going to be a bunch of security and contractors who are going to want to seek access to this site. We've made a consensus decision as the whole group that this constitutes stage 1 works of the development that will facilitate the destruction of this incredible ecological and cultural area. And so we are here standing up and putting our bodies in the line of that destruction. So well done to each and every one of you.
Go, well done.
Yeah, more of our community standing up, guys, and they need help. All right, it's up River and Byron Bay. Come on, there's plenty of you up there just cruising around in your camper vans and, you know, hanging out. So, yeah, go and hang out over there and, yeah, get on to a bit of the local, well, I won't say anything more, but, yeah, go and enjoy yourself up there. And Wallen needs a hand, guys. Turn up, give him a hand.
Yeah, guys, give him a hand. Give him a hand now. Beck did a spectacular interview with Glenn Fisher, and here's a highlight from that.
And being part of the Wood Royal Commission and the Royal Commission into Institutional Abuse, and how do you feel when people are dismissing that as a conspiracy theory?
Yeah, well, ignorance is bliss, right? In 1985, they started the Wood Royal Commission. In 96, they come and to my home. They actually exposed me in front of my wife. So when I opened the door to my house, there's 3 detectives standing there, and they said in front of my partner, "You've been identified by multiple people as a victim of sex crimes in King's Cross." I'd never told anybody this stuff, right? Up to this date, I'd gotten out, met a new lady, had children, and was trying to rebuild a life. So suddenly I'm exposed. But after I go forward, I decided that I would tell my story, right? So I give evidence to the Wood Royal Commission. I actually get 2 men convicted through the Wood Royal Commission who both got 18 months. Paul Jones, the guy that gave me the tablets and abused me in Petersham, and another guy named Ken Fogarty, right? So them 2 get convicted to 18 months. But what actually happens is I get asked to do a 60 minutes interview, and they sealed my file. So my file for that Royal Commission suddenly gets sealed for 99 years. And nobody asked me if I wanted that. They actually told me I couldn't speak. And I literally remember saying to them, unless someone walks around and puts a hand over my mouth everywhere I go, you will never silence me. I've been silenced my whole fucking life. And now that you've made me, you've awoken a beast. And that's where it began.
Yeah. So you're living proof that there are, in fact, sealed files. And it's disgusting that gets dismissed. I think people focus on, or certain people put out certain bits of information, and it can then make it seem like a conspiracy theory. And I'm not denying that there's obviously going to be some bullshit out there in regards to the Wood Royal Commission. 100%. I mean, we've got people that can't back up any of their truths or their confessions or anything like that. So I do understand that there are people that are out in the community spreading misinformation about abuse and all of that. But here's somebody that is 100% verified with the proof that you've convicted 4 of your childhood abusers, and people want to still trash the Wood Royal Commission and the Royal Commission into institutional abuse. It's absolutely disgusting.
My file was sealed twice. My file was also sealed in the Commission into institutional abuse. But I'll tell you where the misconception comes from, right? And it's important people hear this, right? So there is a list, right? But this is what's happened is multiple people have given evidence, right? And what's happened is repeated people have given the same names. So what's happened is those repeated names, who are people in positions of power, have suddenly been put on the list. Now, I'm the person who named Bob Hawke. I'm the person who named Simon Daves. I'm the person who named 22 of those 28 names, but other people have as well. That's how the name. So there wasn't like, oh, someone came in and gave us a list of 28 people. It's a collection of repeated names, repeatedly said to the Wood Royal Commission. Hence the reason they sealed my file.
Sealed his file.
Great guy, Glenn Fisher. I've spoken to him a bit, guys. I was going to have him on the show a while ago. Then he, as he said, when he first come out, and then he just got really busy. But Beck said something to him, and I'm sure he'll respond to us, and we'll get him on to do a show with us, guys. But he is the proof behind the 28. They can call it 28 names bullshit all they want, people. Malcolm Roberts, you can say that it doesn't exist, but sorry, man. You just got caught out being a liar. There is the guy right there. And he has the proof. All right, he's won the court battles. Okay, and they've proved him right. So Glenn Fisher, well done, son. Love your work. Malcolm Roberts, pick your fucking game up, mate. Excuse my French.
All right, now Twitter X has been hot all day today. Pretty amazing what's been going on there. Okay, so first of all, this one is compliments of Cossack.
Police search warrant! Police search warrant! Police search warrant! My name's Sergeant John Kirk, okay? I'm from North West Melbourne Street. Okay? At this stage, you are under arrest for a riot. You're under arrest for a fray. And you're under arrest for malicious damage of police vehicle. Militia police told you we were coming. We are here. Turn around. You're under arrest.
Heavy-handed police tactics when you could have actually rung them up or gone and visited them, given them a knock on the door and said, you need to come down and answer some questions. And why do you think they're doing that, Dave?
What do you think, Cazz? Let's, I'll give you for the run.
Twofold reason. They're trying to use intimidation tactics on us. Like we condemn any kind of violence whatsoever that was involved in that, any kind of fray or whatnot. But there's twofold reason. One is to terrorize us so that we don't stand up. And the second one is that they found that if they use heavy-handed and they film it, if there's a jury, when he goes to trial, the jury will go, they must have done something really bad in order to use all of those people. So that's their twofold reason. So, yeah. Now, that's followed, of course, up by Commissioner Karen.
Following the events at Wakeley on Monday night, police established 2 strike forces, Strike Force Katrina to deal with the stabbing inside the church and Strike Force Dribs to deal with the riot that ensued following the stabbing.
Dribs.
As a response, the police have 70 police officers dealing with the proactive engagement with the community in response to that. That will remain ongoing. Today, we've added a further 10 detectives to the investigative arm of that strike force, taking the number to 42 to deal with the investigation to identify those responsible for the riot. A number of people disguised themselves on that night, and we need to know who they are.
I reckon
people
you do.
In the community know who they are, their families know who they are, and we need to know who they are. We will continue to investigate this for as long as it takes to identify them. The best thing that the community can do is call Crime Stoppers to let us know who they are. The sooner they're identified and put before the court, then the sooner they can be dealt with. We have some people that have jumped on multiple police cars. One individual has a very distinctive tattoo on his torso of a face, while he has cowardly covered his own face. So we're calling on the public.
We're actually calling on the public to remain
Who-
peaceful during this time.
Cazz,
And,
who has a history of putting people in place, I wonder, in crowds? I just wonder.
putting
I mean,
people,
you know,
putting people what? Sorry, putting people
in
in what?
place, behind in the crowd, you know,
Oh,
like
yeah,
disguising
exactly.
people. I wonder who has a history of doing that.
Well, we know that the feds have been accosted in the Senate hearing because they set up or they misled or they were influencing a 13-year-old boy to become a jihadi. So
Exactly.
we know that that's on Hansard record. Now we've also got this this freak show happening as well.
The attacks at the Fairfield Church yesterday. Well, we have a range of graduated powers. There could be civil proceedings, and we could take them to court, or we could fine them. Of course, the quantum of the fine would depend on the gravity of the noncompliance, but we can use graduated tools like link deletion notices. So if they fail to remove the content, then we can go to the search engines such as Google or Bing to really minimize the amount of content the Australians can see. And
how much time do they have to remove this content?
We expect them to.
Now, let's just refresh our brains on this particular individual.
Yeah.
So here she is here, Julie Inman Grant, E-Safety Commissioner on the World Economic Forum website. And the kind of stuff that she's proposing is exactly in accordance, in lockstep with the World Economic Forum. So we are calling for people to remain peaceful, to remain vigilant. And above all, we blame you. Now, they've come out like a wall, okay? And they're doubling down. And I suspect it's because they're actually concerned that we blame them.
Yep.
And we're going to be talking about something a little bit in a minute about that. But let's just have a look at Albo.
Get that hashtag going, guys.
For hate speech, whether it be Islamic extremism or other forms which are there. And radicalisation of young people, not just face-to-face, but online, of course, is a real issue.
Is he talking about radicalisation of young people by the feds? Is that what he's talking about?
Young kids, yes. Manipulated by, false.
An autistic boy with an IQ of 81. Disgusting.
As well. And we have Michelle Rowland's taken really strong action with some of the online products, Facebook, X as it's now known, to get material taken down as well. That can be really, really confronting. The misinformation, disinformation, as well as using online propaganda to promote hatred.
Because the government is so incredibly loving.
Yeah. Yeah, they love you to death, guys. They love you to death.
It's got to be. This is just an absolute clown show. It's an absolute, that anybody is falling for this just astounds me. Now, this guy here, you might remember him. We featured him the other day. And Billboard Chris is his notice. Now, Canadian activist files legal challenge to Australian bureaucrats, attempts to censor his ex-post, calling a female a woman. So we actually had him, or we featured him the other day. But it's just like, it just gets more and more extraordinary, doesn't it? It's just like it just boggles the mind.
It's just a clown show how the normal person cannot see it, mate. You know, we sit here, we just. We pick holes in it as soon as it hits, it's just incredible, guys. But anyway, this is what's got to go on. And
well, the good thing is it's not just us. Now, a lot of our people have been picking holes in all of this stuff and making statements about it. And one of them, of course, was Topher. He came out today with this as well. And what he said is basically because they've gone, something has to be done. They're not like guns where registers and laws can help restrict their circulation, but clearly something has to be done. So now they're going to start coming after the knives, okay? So now Topher's come out and he's gone, the the do something reflex rears its ugly head again. This is Hegelian dialectic, which is problem, reaction, solution. And the problem that they've got at the moment is that our people are incredibly onto it. So it's very hard for them to complete the narrative, because the paradigm is being shifted by our people, basically. So yeah,
and they're in trouble when they're coming out and they're going, oh, we can't be too heavy-handed, we can't just make a knee-jerk reaction. A knee-jerk reaction's coming, guys. It's like the football coach when if you hear that the football coach has got the full backing of the board, 2 days later he's gone.
That's right.
That's how it works.
And it's like,
okay, that is how it works.
And it's like when they tell you that, they're not going to run for president. You can guarantee they're going to run for presidency. All right. Now, there's also the 9 News has come out and said the study found that unvaccinated people aged 50 or older had almost twofold greater chance of dying from the virus than those who received 2 doses. Now, again, our people, WikiLeaks is on to them straight away. It was modelling based on a data set that was shown to be manipulated or fraudulent. Now, this is exactly a day after this Japanese study has come out, and it was, hang on, I've just got to find this. Maybe I didn't pull it in. Okay. Anyway, oh no, hang on. Here it is. Here. This is a major media story. Nothing in our. Now, look at their media. Their media is actually covering it. And and the other one was sent to some of our media. I know, because I actually tweeted them, X them. Okay, so here she is. They're talking about the amount of deaths that they've had. Okay, and the lapdog media, Australian media, what do? Oh, they try and cover it up with this kind of crap. Okay, so basically, study found unvaccinated people. It's unbelievable. Well, it's not unbelievable. We actually understand completely what's going on.
Yeah, we expect it and know it. And Dan, don't ever answer the door with a steak knife. If it's a cops, it could do you 10 years, bro. Like, look out.
Yeah, that's
dinner
it.
with the cops ring. You head over the door with your steak knife and your fork, and next minute you're in jail for 10 years. That's what they want to bring to your doorstep, guys.
Yeah. Yep. Or they're getting so crazy. They'd probably even just make it a butter knife or something.
Frozen. I think Cazz is frozen.
Okay.
No? Not here.
No, she's not. No.
Okay, she's on my end.
You're frozen on my end.
No, it's all right.
Yeah, you're frozen.
Yeah, you're frozen.
I'm pretty good here.
No, you're not.
All right. Now,
you're frozen.
The good thing about there is something very good that's happening here, and that is that young people are really waking up. And we're just going to have a brief look at what's going on with young people.
Explain to me in crayon eating terms why I make over 3 times the federal minimum wage and I cannot afford to live.
Explain it.
I do not want to hear the pull yourself up from your bootstraps, work 90 hours a week. That's not the goal, guys.
No, it's not the goal. It should not
be our standard.
Agreed. Should not be our standard.
I'm fucking tired of people being complacent with this uniparty, both of them fucking us over. When my parents were my age, they both made less than half of what I make, and they lived alone. I cannot afford to live anywhere alone. A 1-bedroom apartment, $1,800. 2-bedroom apartment.
This generation is locked out of living on their own.
Who the fuck can afford that? It is embarrassing to come out and say that it is a struggle to survive right now. But
all right, now we've seen lots of those before. Here's our Australian
government has fucked.
They're waking up.
Let me explain. The average house price in Australia is $920,000. Bro, how is anyone supposed to get into the market when those are the average prices? That like the minimum that you need to get in. And if you go below that, you're going to have to buy a house, then to put another like 100 grand in just to make it decent. and then maybe flip it and turn it into a rental or whatever. But still, it's so hard to get into the market, and I feel like everyone's just kind of given up, and no one can afford.
All right, no one can afford it. That's what he's talking about there.
They want you to give up. They want you to give up.
They want you to give up. Okay, but here's the crazy part. Oh, hang on a minute. Where did my thing go? Ah, okay, it didn't come in. All right, that's weird, isn't it? All right, I had a tab there to share, but I can't share it anymore because, anyway, but it's basically about the millennials are using cash, and they're using cash more than the boomers at the moment. And you go, guys. Now, we're going to be looking at running a competition for the best TikTok We Blame You hashtag, and we'd like to basically open it up to millennials and things like that. We have to run it past legals because we actually don't like breaking the law, to make sure that everything's to see what we have to do to comply with competitions. But yeah, I'm looking at putting up a fair amount of my own money, and it will be broken into 3, first, second, and third. And the hashtag is We Blame You. It has to be personalised to somebody who is a legislator, or that somebody who is either has done something to you or hasn't done something to you, something where they should have done their job and they haven't, or something, or where they have done something and it's affected you. And we'd like to open it up, maybe have a millennial category so that we can actually get that as well. So we'll have it on TikTok, but they also have to upload it onto X so that we can be tagged in it as well. Yep. So we'll make a poster and an announcement and figure all of that out. So, guys,
there you go, guys. Yeah,
that's what we're going to be doing. Okay, so yeah, personalize it how they've affected you, and make sure that it's somebody like Albo, somebody like, or even with Now
Ryan Park. There's plenty of them. Park. Yeah, the health minister.
Right. That's right. Okay. And also what we can do is basically hopefully stave off whatever it is that they're planning, because we don't know that they seem fairly confident that they're going to have more attacks. So be just a coincidence, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, they're going to try a few more. Hey, Heather Hall, if I'm correct, let me answer this because I'm just a dumb old bloke. I reckon a millennial is anyone 24 year and younger. They were born in the new millennium. Okay, so that's my guess. That's the millennium that would age that Cazz is talking about, Heather, because Heather's about my age. You wouldn't know, Yeah.
All right.
Am I right?
Sorry, I wasn't even listening. I'm just looking for my next story.
Yes, you are correct.
Do I go and get my own show?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just trying to. I've got things. There's so much news for tonight. I've just got it all over the place. I just couldn't even fit. I couldn't even sort it.
98. Oh, can Beck enter?
Can Beck enter? Yeah.
I think she's millennial. I don't know. I have to look it up. I think Gaz millennial.
No, she's not a millennial.
Millennials born after 2000. Milgen, that's it, Milgen.
You're out, Beck, you old girl.
All right. Now, let's have a look at this. This is really. Look, it just gets strange. They're making it crazy. They're making all of the stories crazy. Okay. Now, this is basically by the ABC, and what they've reported is Danielle Laidley among advocates to welcome bid to scrap Western Australia Gender Reassignment Board. But then it goes on, and people have. This is not my work, by the way. This is other people, because they've actually basically researched this, and this is Danielle Laidley. There she is. But it's actually it's actually Dean Laidley. So, an ex-AFL coach admits to stalking a woman but spared more time in custody. And Dean Laidley allegedly found with meth during arrest. So, it's just getting crazy. The news is just so incredibly weird. I don't even know what to say. It's just weird. Yeah. And you've also got this stuff here that's being picked up by, I think her handle is Just Rad. And she does a good job on X, but it's so she's noticed that it's happening in Western Australia. So what's happening is you've got people being raided, okay, in the middle of the night, okay, but you've also got for what? It's for all sorts of stuff. But you've got this where you've got people like this Melbourne businessman has avoided jail after pleading guilty to a child sex offence. And then this other one where a pedophile abuses kid on Snapchat after early release. Like, so they're releasing the criminals.
Yep.
And they're kind of they're just like, I don't know, Dave. Anyway, I'll let you talk for a minute while I
look, it's just bullshit. You know what I mean? It's just crap what they're doing. You know. Look, they're after one thing, guys, all right? And until we all come together as one and stop them, they're going to, you know, drive forward to their anarchy on the street. All right, you're watching it, all right? It's part of we know their playbook. All right, we know what's cards to be dealt next, okay? And, yeah, and now it's just like they're counting out a straight, guys. It's not hard to read at all, man. One card comes after the next. Okay, so have your head on a swivel. Wollongong. I'll just say it, you know, you got 3 events on here on the weekend and a big crowd of people for the triathlon. So again, have your head on a swivel, everyone. I don't know what's going to go on, but I tell you what, I do believe that, yeah, things are going to go on, guys. All right. And we're going to see more of it. So like we said, it's going to get really, you know, yeah, it's going to get really, really rocky, guys. All right. Really rocky.
All right, this is incredible. So we've said it for a long time, but Jay Zakis has done it again, and he's uncovered basically somebody was interviewed who was connected to the White House, came out who's actually behind. We know that somebody has to be behind that behind Biden, but anyway, there's been an admission that it's Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton are still involved behind the scenes running the show.
Really? No, isn't he the guy that said if he could just sit in his cellar and, you know, do it by remote control and an earpiece, he'd be pretty happy? Is that the same guy they're now saying could control it?
Yep. So there you go. All right. So
we were right again.
It's just uncanny, isn't it? I don't know
and he
how
told
we do
us
this.
too. Like, we weren't even smart about being right. He actually come out and said it.
Well, the thing is that, like, I mean, we're not even. All we're doing is basically saying what they've said. But this is the thing: is that they don't hide anything. They don't hide it. This is the crazy part. So, yeah.
Well, they do. They secretly hide it in their language and their actions and that, but they still put it out there. You know, look, guys, it's like the here's one for you. I've never got it out yet, but Mel's been telling me to remember to tell you. All right. So if you have a look at the Kentucky Fried Chicken ad, right, the words are, I don't care. I love it. I don't care. I love it. They're actually telling you it's fucking poison. Excuse my French. All right. But we don't care. I don't care. I love it. This is how they use their, like, you know, mind MK Ultra shit guys, right? They got the people there saying, you know, we're saying this, I don't care. I love it. They're telling you. That's the only words in it.
Well, this is actually really pertaining to that. Let's have a look at this.
On the news and see politicians raving about vaccinations. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why every commercial break has an ad for 5G. It's because this is really just a clever way for governments and corporations to send you an offer that you accept unknowingly. This happens through a concept called tacit agreement, which is when you agree to something without even saying anything. You see, in law, silence is acquiescence. So when you stay silent, you're actually saying yes. You're saying yes to that tower down the street, that meter on the side of your house, those streaks you see up in the sky, and the very possibility that a vaccine could ever be mandatory. The good news is, now that you're aware of this offer to contract, all you have to do is respond. And this is done through conditional acceptance. With a series of lawful notices, you can send a counteroffer to corporate executives and government officials, stating that you will accept their offer on the condition they can prove that it's safe, something we know they cannot and will not do. And when these individuals fail to provide proof, you're able to hold them personally liable and charge them a fee for every day they continue to act. InPower has already seen success in several countries where officials have stepped down after receiving these documents. This means that if we get together en masse and send thousands of documents at the same time, we can make real change in the world. And we won't need weapons, elections, or protests to do it. All we need are pieces of paper that can be printed from home and sent in the mail. It turns out, changing the world is easy when you're in power.
All right, so but that's it's called tacit acquiescence, and the documents that have been put together for us are a tacit acquiescence agreement are really quite awesome. So yeah, but anyway, we're at 40. Okay, Dave, you can wrap up, and I'll go and get our outro.
Well, yeah, the outro is, guys, I suppose. Look, it's just what's occurred to me during the show is just how, like, you know, we're just trying to show you guys just how infiltrated this is, all right, and that you've you know, you're just copping it from every area, even now the pot, you know what I mean, the hemp, you know, the whole industry. You know, they can't leave anything alone, and they haven't left anything alone. So, yeah, it's, you know, I do believe that it's time for you people to not leave them alone. Like Cazz said, there's plenty of people out there that need to be sent our website, guys. All right. Get people onto the motion, get out the, you know, the things like I've been handing out here to people again all day today. All right. I keep running out of them in my pocket. I got to come back and get more. All right. But get the, I forgot any left. Oh, yeah, got one left. Look at that. All right. Get them out there, guys. All right. Before they change. These ones are the, these ones are the ones we've got at the moment. Get them out there because they may be changing. I don't know whether they are, but they may be. So you've got a collector's item here at the moment, right? Get them out there. But, yeah, people have been taking them, guys. They're interested. All right. So we know what our job is. It's about, you know, dropping. It's about street letterbox dropping, right? Talking to people. Okay. The website will have the show links up as from tonight, guys. All right. We'll have the show links up there for you can go and have a look at them. Full, see the full clip, etc., etc. So we're trying to do our bit for you here, guys. All right, building a bigger and better thing for you. So we want you to go out there and build a bigger and better community, right, for yourself. All right, because that's what we're doing for you. We're building something bigger and better. Well, can you help us and go out and build something bigger and better than what you've got? Because you can, you know. All right, guys. Love you all. See you tomorrow night.
Molly and Peggy are taking us out.
A huge public outcry, Molly the Magpie has finally been reunited with his dog best friend Peggy. In 2020, Juliet and Reese rescued the Australian magpie after he fell from a nest in a tree near their home, and they took him home to nurse him back to health. To their surprise, Molly and their Staffordshire Terrier, Peggy, quickly developed a deep connection. While Molly technically remained wild and always had the freedom to come and go, he's always chosen to spend a lot of time with Peggy. They became best friends, and when videos of them playing together and cuddling together made it to social media, the duo gained a huge following. But not everyone was happy to see their friendship develop. According to Juliet, a small group of people kept reporting them for keeping a magpie as a pet. Because of these complaints, Molly was taken away from her environment by wildlife authorities, and Peggy was left with just a stuffed replica of her friend to cuddle with. Authorities said that because Molly had been cared for by the family without a permit, he needed to be transferred to the care of professionals. Molly's removal sparked a huge public outcry. After all, Molly was happy and healthy where he was, and he'd never been kept captive. Over 150,000 people signed a petition for Molly to be returned, and his family worked to undergo training and obtain a wildlife carer's license. And as of yesterday, after 45 days of separation, Molly is finally back home, and Peggy has her best friend back for good.